Check, check. Okay, you got sound. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Seton Catholic High School, where the Saguaro Sabercats are traveling. Vince Delicio here, joined by my colleague, Ryan Sikora, who does a great job, who will be manning the helm tonight. Ryan, take it away, buddy.
Thank you, Vince. And as Vince said, we are away today at Seton Catholic High School in Chandler at John Omohundro Field. The Cats, fresh off victory last night against Arcadia. It's 2 games in 2 days for Saguaro. We'll look to pick up win number 10 on the season and their 6th straight against the equally red-hot Seton Catholic Sentinels, who are 4-0 in their last 4 in this 4A Desert Sky regional matchup. Saguaro comes in ranked 7th in 4A, with Seton Catholic 14th. Saguaro currently occupying a host playoff game if it were to end today, as we only have 2 weeks left in the season. The pitching matchup today for Saguaro, you will see Thomas DeCesaro, who is 4-1 on the year with a 1.14 ERA. He will face Jacob Brown for the Sentinels, a 3-2 record with a 3.76 ERA. First pitch was scheduled for 6 o'clock, so we will start our approach to the opening pitch of the game. Brown is getting his warm-up pitches in for the Sentinels. But Saguaro comes in, as we said, number 7 in 4A, the second-best team in 4A Desert Sky, only behind Mesquite, while Seton Catholic is 14th and 3rd in 4A Desert Sky, behind, obviously, Saguaro and Mesquite. As for now, we have Vince, who is going to be running a little bit of everything today until Sammy Herrera arrives at around, we hope, 6:45. But you'll hear most of my voice tonight, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And we will take a look at the lineups while we have a little bit of time here. For Saguaro, leading us off will be shortstop Ty Nelson, while pitcher Thomas DeCesaro bats second. Ty's brother Tanner will be out in right field. He will bat third. Kyle Herrera, the left fielder, will bat fourth. Javen Jacobs, the center fielder, fifth. Rolando Cota will DH for third baseman Chase Seo, while catcher Frank DiGregorio hits in the 7th spot. Cole Stock's the first baseman at the 8th spot, and Jacob Chavez at second today, not third. Jacob Chavez at second will round out the order. That is what Jacob Brown will face today. While for the Sentinels, Osana will bat first for them. Rocco Gump, who is one of the key players for the Sentinel program, will bat second. Jacob Brown, the pitcher, will bat third. As we get underway here in Chandler, Ty Nelson, the righty, steps into the batter's box and will face the opening pitch from Jacob Brown. It'll be a first pitch ball from Brown to Ty Nelson, batting .378 on the year with 17 hits and 8 runs driven in for the senior shortstop. And that is a second pitch strike, a little bit high and in the top right corner of the batter's box. Not the best view I have here from behind home plate. The catcher and the umpire both blocking me, but Nelson will foul that one into the Sentinel dugout, making the count 1-2. Brown will wind up and deliver a ball near the dirt. Not really. It was a low strike called, and the umpire calls Tyler Nelson out at the plate. It is a first batter up, first batter down. Ty Nelson strikes out looking. Jacob Brown gets a first batter strikeout to kick us off. Now we bring up the pitcher Thomas DeCesaro, batting .444 on the year with 16 hits and 10 RBIs. One of the key contributors to this Sabercat offense. And a first pitch ball thrown by Brown. That will be strike 1 to DeCesaro. The wind slightly picking up right behind my back here. I am behind home plate. It's moving slightly right to left. That one's going to be outside. It'll be a 2-1 count for Thomas DeCesaro, the junior pitcher on the day. He also plays third base for the Cats. Really good pitch thrown, but it is a ball called. It'll be a 3-1 count to DeCesaro. Jacob Brown would love to have that one back. I think that was a close one that was a close one for the umpire to make. DeCesaro flies one towards center. The play will be made by the center fielder for the Sentinels. That is Josh Hamrick out there in center. Thomas DeCesaro gets a fly out for the second out of the inning, and good work to start for Jacob Brown. And that'll bring up sophomore Tanner Nelson, the right fielder. Nelson takes a big cut, and it'll be a swing and a miss. Brown starts off ahead in the count. Tanner with 2 home runs on the year, batting .481 with 10 runs driven in. As a looked like a ball. Yes, it will be a second pitch ball. Sorry, I was reading off of my sheet. And that one will just hang inside. It'll be a 1-2 count to Tanner. Obviously, as we said, batting .481 with 13 hits and 10 RBIs. The 2 home runs, though, he's the big power hitter in this SaberCat lineup. That one's down in the dirt. It'll be a 2-2 count. Kyle Herrera on deck for the SaberCats here. It is April the 23rd, 2001. It's a Friday, and our first pitch is officially written down as 6:01 start time. Really, really good pitch from Jacob Brown. He thought he had the strikeout, but it's called just inside. It'll be a full count to Tanner Nelson. And Brown was about halfway to the dugout almost before he realized, well, that wasn't a strike. And Brown will wind up again, deliver one. That's a strike. So we end the first with 2 strikeout looking for the SaberCats and a fly out to center for Thomas DeCesaro. 3 up, 3 down for Jacob Brown. The Sentinels bat when we come back. And welcome back here to Seton Catholic Preparatory School in Chandler, Arizona. It was a 1-2-3 inning for pitcher Jacob Brown to start us off. We now go to the bottom of the first. David Osana will lead us off for the Sentinels, batting .250 on the year, 10 hits, 9 RBIs for the catcher. And on the mound today for the SaberCats is Thomas DeCesaro, the ace of the pitching staff, a 1.14 ERA, a 4-1 record. This will be his 7th appearance of the year. He's pitched 30 innings already in this season with only about 2 weeks left. As we said, it is David Osana, number 28, a sophomore catcher, who will start off the Sentinel lineup here. On deck will be Rocco Gump, who has 2 home runs and has a .429 batting average. There's some real pop in this Sentinel lineup all throughout. But Osana leads us off. DeCesaro's first pitch is a called strike by the umpire, and he starts off ahead in the count. He starts off ahead in the count. And that one will be a ball to make it 1-1. Again, I am here for the Varsity Sports Show Network. I am Ryan Sikora. Vince Delicio's somewhere out there in the crowd. That one's popped straight up into the air. Called off by Chase Seo at third, who will make the play. SaberCats start off with an out. Chase Seo catches the infield fly ball, which will bring up the big lefty Rocco Gump. 18 hits, 12 runs batted in, 2 home runs, and a .429 ERA. Rocco is, in fact, a senior infielder. That one is fouled straight back. That one is fouled straight back by Gump, who is playing shortstop today for Seton Catholic. He will step out of the box to gather himself, and DiGregorio is back in the crouching position. DeCesaro shakes him off twice, gets the pitch he likes, delivers one from the side. It'll be a second strike to Rocco Gump. DeCesaro ahead in the count, 0-2. And that'll be a ball thrown in there. It'll be a 1-2 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Rocco Gump digs in, and that ball is down in the dirt. Good play made by DiGregorio to keep it in front of him, even though there's no one on. It'll be a 2-2 count to Gump, the shortstop. DeCesaro shakes off DiGregorio again, and now he will look to deliver. DiGregorio tries to frame it. It'll be a ball to make it a full count. As we will take the opportunity to say, obviously, Thomas DeCesaro on the mound, Frank DiGregorio behind the plate, Chase Seo, we've already mentioned, at third, Ty Nelson at short, Cole Stocks at first. That pitch goes, good contact made. Ty Nelson with a good play out there at short gets the second out of the inning. It's 2 infield sort of flies. One was a high one up in the air. That one more of a blooper. But Rocco Gump is out after the play was made by Ty Nelson. So we have technically we'd call it an F5 and an F6. Jacob Brown, the pitcher, will step into the batter's box. And it is a first pitch strike low. Brown looks at it go right by him. And again, DeCesaro leads in the count early. That one was down in the dirt. It'll be a 1-1 count. Sorry, our scoreboard is having a bit of trouble. Mostly because I'm running it, and I'm kind of up here on my own right now. But we're getting all the work we can. It's a bare-bones crew today, obviously. We're glad to be doing our jobs. As DeCesaro delivers one low and away, it'll be a 2-1 count to the pitcher, Jacob Brown, batting .396 on the year with 21 hits and 8 RBIs for the Sentinels. That one's outside as well, 3-1 to Brown. And as we were saying earlier, we were talking about the middle infield. CO at third, Nelson at short. That one's going to be a pitch down in the dirt. He walks Jacob Brown, who will go have a talk with Cole Stocks at first. The second baseman is Jacob Chavez. The outfield for the SaberCats in left is Kyle Herrera. Center, Javen Jacobs, and right is Tanner Nelson. And that will bring up Williamson for the Sentinels. Michael Williamson, a junior, batting .400 on the year, 20 hits, 26 RBIs. And 2 home runs for Michael Williamson. Another big, tall body out there that they can bring in the middle of this lineup as Jacob Brown reaches on a walk. Runners on for the Sentinels. DeCesaro delivers. That ball fouled straight into the net. And it'll be a 1-0 count to Michael Williamson, the third baseman. DeCesaro winds and delivers right over the head of Williamson, who ducks underneath it to take a ball on the second pitch of the at-bat. The count will be 1-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first. Still struggling with that scoreboard I am. Brown takes a nice little lead off. DeCesaro checks him. Winds to deliver. Another one fouled straight over the net, or straight beyond the net, over the SaberCat dugout. It'll be a 1-2 count to the third baseman. DeCesaro winds to deliver and gets Williamson swinging. DiGregorio will take a nice light toss to Cole Stocks. And they end the inning on the 4-batter. A walk by Thomas DeCesaro, but 3 outs is all they need. We end the first with 0s on the board when we come back for the second inning of on the Varsity Sports Show Network. Hello and welcome back to Seton Catholic Preparatory School. For the top of the second, leading us off will be Kyle Herrera, the 4-hitter, as a first pitch strike is called low and in the area by the umpire. Herrera will start the countdown 0-1. We are now joined by Sammy Herrera, normally your play-by-play. Today I think we're just going to kind of wing around and share duties. Sammy, how are you? We're having some technical issues now. But Herrera has fouled that one back. Sammy is here. We're going to try and figure it out. But Herrera now starts out 0-2 in the count.
How about that?
A little bit higher, and we are. You can start to hear him.
Can you hear me? A little bit more. Let's try this.
Herrera will dig in on the 0-2 count. The pitch comes from Brown. It's framed well, and it's a strikeout to Kyle Herrera looking again. 3 strikeouts in the first 4 for Jacob Brown. The Sentinels are dealing, and he is dealing for the Sentinels. That'll bring up Javen Jacobs, the center fielder.
Let's try that.
There you go.
little
We have
too high.
Sammy.
There we go.
Better to be higher than quieter, as Brown will dig in once again to face Javen Jacobs. Swing and a miss for Javen, who is batting .279 on the year with 12 hits, 7 RBIs out there in center field. He's in this lineup for his defense, though, and everybody here knows that. That one's called a ball. It'll be 1-1.
Yeah, and Javen Jacobs will actually be joining us on the SaberCat report tomorrow morning.
Jacobs will work the 1-1 now. Brown comes, and it's another swing and a miss for Javen Jacobs. A 1-2 count will come. And as you mentioned, the SaberCat report tomorrow at 9:30 on the Varsity Sports Show, radio show, running from 9 to 10. This is different. This is the Varsity Sports Show Network. A second game in as many days for the SaberCats. This one to travel after they beat Arcadia, as Jacobs will fly one towards the center fielder for the Sentinels. That is Josh Hamrick with his second putout of the game through the first 5 batters. It's 5 up, 5 down for Jacob Brown, the pitcher. And that'll bring up Rolando Cota, the DH, who is DHing for third baseman Chase Seo today. No longer the pitcher. In case you missed it, Sammy, Thomas DeCesaro is on the mound for the SaberCats. This is Jacob Brown on the mound for the Sentinels. Cota takes the first one, but it is a strike. 0-1.
It's always a good day when Ches is on the mound.
It's a better day than normal, I would say, as that one comes from Brown. Cota will line one to the shortstop, and the play will be made. 6 up, 6 down. Really good start for Jacob Brown on the mound for the Sentinels. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the second. Hello and welcome back to the bottom of the second here at John Omohundro Field in Chandler, home of the Seton Catholic Sentinels. It was a four batters were faced in the top of the first for Thomas DeCesaro. He was able to cause an infield fly from David Osana to lead us off. Then Rocco Gump lined it to the shortstop. A walk for Jacob Brown, and then a strikeout for Michael Williamson will bring up Tommy Steinkamp, the 5-hitter, who was also the first baseman for Seton Catholic. Steinkamp batting .342 on the year, 13 hits and 10 RBIs. The middle of this lineup is dangerous for the Sentinels, and really the whole lineup, top to bottom, is very, very good. As the first pitch is low, and it will start us off with a 1-0 count to Tommy Steinkamp, as we will adjust the scoreboard here. That one is popped over the head of DeCesaro and popped through the middle of everybody. Steinkamp with a leadoff single for the Sentinels of Seton Catholic, which will bring up Ethan Chavez, the second baseman.
Yeah, tough bounce there, right over the head of DeCesaro, second baseman, and shortstop Ty Nelson over there. And is that still Aiden Bronsko over there at second?
That is that is Jacob Chavez.
Jacob
out
Chavez,
at second.
Okay, thank you.
Chase Seo at third.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they didn't really have much of a chance at that up the middle. Decent lead over there at first.
Decent lead indeed, and DeCesaro attempts to pick him off unsuccessfully. That'll give us a chance to talk about Ethan Chavez, the second baseman, with a home run this year, batting .333, 13 hits and 3 runs driven in. That one is flown straight up in the air the second time they've had a big pop-up towards the infield. Ty Nelson makes the play at short. That will hold Tommy Steinkamp at first.
Good job by Ty Nelson on that play. It's always a tough play directly behind him, and he was able to do it backpedaling. Normally you'll see a fielder turn and run to it, but excellent job there from Nelson.
This will bring up number 6, the left fielder, Chris Guerrero, batting in the 7 spot for Seton Catholic, and that one's fouled straight back to our left. It will be a 0-1 count to work for Thomas DeCesaro. Guerrero batting .417 on the year, 5 hits, 5 RBIs. But again, the common theme in this lineup is a lot of guys who get on base. They play a lot of small ball, but they've got some kids who can hit some power as well here at Seton Catholic. It'll be a tough day for Thomas DeCesaro on the mound, but a challenge he certainly wants to face. It'll be 1-1, 2 outs. No, sorry, 1 out in the bottom of the second. And for anyone wondering, this game was a 6 o'clock first pitch compared to our normal 3:45. That's because Seton Catholic has lights recently donated by a number of people, which allowed for some pregame festivities to thank those for the lights, both on the baseball field and the softball field, as that is going to be a strike 2, swing and a miss. It'll be a 1-2 count. Obviously, 1 out and a runner on first for Thomas DeCesaro. DeCesaro puts one a little low. It'll be a 2-2 count for Guerrero, Chris Guerrero, to work with. Obviously, Tommy Steinkamp is on base at first.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad spot to miss if you're DeCesaro.
That one comes outside as well. It'll be a full count for Guerrero.
He had back-to-back breaking balls there. We'll see if he comes right at him here.
Chris Guerrero, the lefty, slides back into the box for Seton Catholic. Another pickoff attempted at Steinkamp at first unsuccessfully. But Seton Catholic wearing white with some yellow and red mixed in. The SaberCats rocking the black with the yellow hats. That one's going to get over, and it's going to get towards Kyle Herrera, who makes the play out in left field, and a hold on Steinkamp at first. It'll be an F7 for Guerrero. Brings up Gerard Gherkin, batting .500 on the year. 9 hits, 5 RBIs. So not a lot of action for Gerard, but when he's been in, he's done well.
And that was a nice outside pitch by DeCesaro. He got Guerrero kind of to just throw his bat at the ball and lofted that one up over to left field.
Pitch from DeCesaro is a definite strike, and it'll be 0-1. And both pitchers have started off really well, getting leads early in the count. It could be a pitching matchup against these highly vaunted offenses. That one's going to be lined to the shortstop, who will make the tag, and we will end the second with a line out to the shortstop, Ty Nelson. 0-0 still after 2. And welcome back to the top of the third. Here, it's been a quick first 2 innings, and leading us off will be Frank DiGregorio, the catcher for the SaberCats. DiGregorio took the day off last time out yesterday against Arcadia and allowed Rolando Cota to be the man behind the plate in what was a very good win in the end for the SaberCats. DiGregorio batting .333 on the year, 10 hits, 9 RBIs. And he is fresh, Sammy, after a day off, as the pitch will go in for a strike. Good little breaking ball thrown.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about on the SaberCat report last weekend, was just the toll that these back-to-back games will play on his body as a catcher.
And that will be a second pitch thrown in there. It'll be a ball. Sorry, a third pitch there. It's 2-1 to Frank DiGregorio, the senior catcher. Cole Stocks is on deck for the SaberCats, and then after him it'll be Jacob Chavez, who is the 9-hitter. Then we get back to the top of the order for the SaberCats. DiGregorio, the right-hander, really hugging the plate. That one will get down. Nice contact blooper. Frank DiGregorio, the first man on for the Cats all afternoon here in the top of the third.
And as you said, he was kind of all over the plate there, but he did a good job of sitting on that pitch and waiting for it to get to him.
And that will bring up first baseman Cole Stocks. The righty is batting .360 on the year, 9 hits, 6 runs batted in. DiGregorio will be replaced by Jacob Pickett at first, who we've seen a ton this year. He's been a really effective courtesy runner, just based solely on that speed that he can give you out there. That is Jacob Pickett out there at first. And Pickett already causing some issues as an attempted pickoff goes to first unsuccessfully. The 0-0 to Cole Stocks. Pickett with a nice leadoff, but he will deliver regardless, and it's a first pitch ball by Jacob Brown. Brown, as we've already discussed, has a 3-2 record on the year, 22 innings pitched. This is his 7th appearance for the Sentinels. Another attempted pickoff towards Pickett at first.
And I'm interested to see what signs Cole Stocks got from coach there. Sometimes they will lay the bunt down and try to advance the runner. Another pickoff.
Pickett, a nuisance over there on the bases, which is really all you ask from him, as Stocks will now look likely to get a swing at it. It is a bunt. Pickett well off the bag. Did he beat the tag? He did beat the tag. It was close.
Yeah, that was a very good throw behind the runner by this catcher here. He had him almost by a mile. It looked like there was some trouble on the catch. It was Osana.
David Osana, the catcher
you.
Behind the plate.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw. He had him just looked like a mix-up there by the first baseman and trying to get the tag down.
Will Stocks lay another bunt here with a 1-1 count? And that one's flown straight into the air, barehanded by David Osana, and he gets Cole Stocks out, but the runner advances to second. Pickett goes to 2. David Osana shows some flash behind the plate. Here comes the lefty Jacob Chavez, normally the third baseman when Thomas DeCesaro is on the mound. Today he's at second. He's batting .400 on the year with 3 RBIs in that 9 spot. Nice leadoff for Pickett on second. And that one's going to be high.
Yeah, safe to say that Pickett's playing some mind games out there at second, getting in the head of this pitcher. He's got a lot of room out there. No one really checking on him.
The shortstop, I feel like he looks like he's out there and he wants to check him, but there's some beating on the glove, but it's not quite coming. That one's going to be also outside. It'll be a 2-0 count to Jacob Chavez. 8 hits on the year to go with his 3 RBIs that we already discussed.
He's got himself here in another hitter's count.
Pickett doesn't quite yet go, but that leadoff is very, very appetizing. As Pickett again takes a nice little leadoff. As you can see there, you can't really see the base yet, but the pickoff is attempted. It's a high throw. And he will remain on second base. Jacob Pickett, really, really annoying out there on the base path for Jacob Brown, the pitcher for the Sentinels. And there you go. There's the good shot of how big his leadoff is. But the pitch will go. Chavez, big swing, big miss. 2-2 is now the count.
That was a big swing. I actually would have liked to see him lay off of that one. That was a bit high.
And here comes Pickett again with that really, really hefty leadoff. And he's checked by the pitcher as we get back to our main view. Pitch will come. Chavez down towards the first baseman. Pickett will hold at third. He advances the runner to third. Jacob Chavez grounds out to the first baseman. That is, if I remember, that is Steinkamp. Yeah, Tommy Steinkamp, the first baseman, makes the play.
That was a really good breaking ball from the pitcher, but an even better job by Chavez to get some bat on it, able to advance the runner in scoring position now.
And it brings up Ty Nelson, the back to the top of the order, batting .378 on the year, 17 hits, 8 RBIs. He struck out looking to open the game off, but who can really drive. Brown winds and delivers, and a big swing from Nelson. It'll be an 0-2 count, a big chance for Jacob Brown to get out of the third with some real success here.
This is just a fun pitcher to watch. 0-1 off-speed pitch.
That one, contact made. The play is made by the shortstop out there for the Sentinels. That is Rocco Gump who makes the nice play. And we end the top of the third still at zeros. The Sentinels will bat when we come back. And welcome back to Seton Catholic Preparatory School. It is now the bottom of the third. It is now the bottom of the third, and we will be led off by the 9-hitter Josh Hamrick, who's playing center field for the Sentinels today. We've already seen him make a few nice plays out there in the middle of the outfield as Thomas DeCesaro does his arm stretching and his warm-ups. DiGregorio will take his place behind the plate, and we will get underway. For the bottom of the third, Josh Hamrick batting .263, 10 hits, 12 RBIs. On deck is David Osana, who is the one-hitter, so a chance to get back to the top of the order for the Sentinels, who have reached a man in each of the first 2 innings. Let's see if Josh Hamrick can start them off well, and he will. That ball is going to get down right in front of Kyle Herrera out there in left. And a leadoff single for Josh Hamrick, the 9-hitter. Big chance for David Osana to keep some momentum going for Seton Catholic.
Yeah, that's big time for Seton. Leadoff runner getting on. And he's already toying with DeCesaro.
Bunt is squared. It'll go right to Thomas DeCesaro, who lost it. And the tag was made. Cole Stocks kind of just stands up. And Stocks was not too pleased about the batter kind of holding the line. Applied a fairly hard tag to David Osana. And he seems to be in a bit of struggle right now. Cole Stocks was not happy again about the base runner there.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, as a base runner, I mean, you're told to go right through him if he gets in the base path, and obviously Cole Stock's not happy just about the collision. Still, I'm sure that's one where Coach Mickey would like him to kind of keep his emotions in check a little bit more. This is a big game, especially, you know, getting into the later stages a little bit. Still, no runs scored.
A big game indeed, as we talked about it, with both teams coming in, both currently occupying playoff spots. Saguaro the 7, Seton Catholic the 14. Seton Catholic has won 4 in a row, as we talked about in the pregame. Saguaro looking for their 6th straight win. And most importantly, arguably out of out, David Osana is okay, and Josh Hamrick also advanced to 2nd.
Yeah, it was an excellent bunt, too.
It was a very good bunt, and it caused Thomas DeCesaro had trouble collecting it, that's for sure. Had a little bit more speed on it than most bunts we'll see. As Rocco Gump, the shortstop, gets into the batter's box, and a first pitch ball goes. Gump with 2 home runs on the year, and that pitch goes. He is safe. He beats the tag. Josh Hamrick beats the tag from shortstop Ty Nelson and will remain on 2nd. A good pickoff from Thomas DeCesaro, though.
Yeah, it was a good move, and Ty Nelson did a good job of creeping up. He was right there. I'm not sure if is that Hamrick over at 2nd.
That is Josh Hamrick, the center fielder.
Yeah, I didn't believe he saw Nelson creeping up at all.
Good pitch from DeCesaro will get the count to 1-1 on Rocco Gump, who back in the first had a fly out to the shortstop, Ty Nelson.
That was a really good pitch on the outside.
Another good, solid outside pitch. He tried to work it there, tried to be framed by DiGregorio, but it'll be a ball. 2-1 is the count to Gump.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to put the curveball right in that same spot, just missed a bit outside that time.
Not as big of a leadoff for Hamrick as we saw the first time around. Clearly the good pickoff attempt from DeCesaro has reeled him in, but that is a walk. No. Called it a strike. Oh, no, sorry, it was a ball. That was 3. That was 3, and I apologize. I'm the one keeping the scoreboard going right now, so I should kind of be up to date on that. But it is a 3-1 count now to Rocco Gump. Runner on 2nd, and as we were saying, Josh Hamrick no longer leading off as much from the base as he did earlier. So Tommy DeCesaro did his job. And that's a strike. It'll make it full. And the count is full for Rocco Gump, the senior shortstop.
I was actually surprised to see Gump lay off of that one. That was right down the middle, almost picture perfect, and off-speed pitch too.
Well, a hitter's count, he probably had a pitch in mind, and that one will be a walk. And it'll get runners on 1st and 2nd to bring up the three-hitter pitcher Jacob Brown, who will look to help his own cause here.
Now, that's a frustrating at-bat if you're Thomas DeCesaro out there. He was right on the outside, just missing a little bit. And that last pitch, that curveball was right there, just missed a bit high and on the outside. Not bad spots to miss, just not getting those calls from this ump.
And Frank DiGregorio will go up there to kind of calm him down a little bit. But Thomas DeCesaro, he has that swagger on the mound that you always feel like he's going to get the next guy out. He always has the confidence to go along with the stuff. And Jacob Brown lines one. Play is made. The double play is called, and the double play is called, safe at second, but out at first. So Brown, the pitcher, advances his runners to third and second. He's called out himself at first. Ty Nelson with another solid play in there will bring up Michael Williamson.
Yeah, Ty Nelson had to lay out for that one. It was a very close play at second, but it did look like that runner got in there in time. And still an excellent job by Ty Nelson to pop up, try to make the play at second, and he was able to get that runner at first. Cesaro back in the windup now with the runner on third.
And if you're Thomas DeCesaro here, 2 outs. Michael Williamson at the plate batting .400 on the year with 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. That's a big, daunting task, but you got to get the batter out. And that one's lined over everyone's head, the shortstop's head. One will score. Here comes Rocco Gump around to make it 2-0. A 2 RBI single for Michael Williamson gives Seton Catholic a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. With 2 outs on the board. That'll bring up number 27, Tommy Steinkamp, who reached on a single in the second. DeCesaro needs to calm down here.
Oh, good pick off.
Really good pickoff. I thought I saw an out motion from the umpire, but it was indeed safe.
Yeah, it was very quick call.
Attempts the pickoff again. That one is definitely safe. It was a little bit closer on the first pickoff attempt than the second. But obviously some problems Michael Williamson can cause with some speed and some ability out there, some athleticism. Fouled directly off towards the football field by Tommy Steinkamp. Ethan Chavez is on deck, the second baseman for the Sentinels. Good hit from Steinkamp out to the right fielder. He will be, runners waved in. Seal can't make the play and will be held, and Williamson will be held at third, but a good double out there by, that is Tommy Steinkamp with the double, and Michael Williamson gets to third.
And I think the sun got to Cole Stocks on that one. I think he may have had a chance at making a play or at least an attempt at it, but that sun, especially at the angle that it's at right now, it's right in his eyes, choosing not to wear the sunglasses right now, and that was right over first base, but definitely a frustrating inning for DeCesaro. And back to that play that Ty Nelson made, that diving stop that he made, it was really Rocco Gump just, hustling on the base path. That's how Seton was able to get on the board. If he doesn't hustle and make it in at second, that hit doesn't bring those runs in.
And the mound meeting from Joe Mickey, not Dave Fortney, who we usually see make those mound meetings, but Mickey goes out there himself to talk to him this time. DeCesaro needs to get out of here. If he can only allow 2 runs, that's a big win for Thomas DeCesaro.
Go 2-1.
Runners on second and third for number 21, Ethan Chavez. We've already seen Josh Hamrick score and Rocco Gump score for the Sentinels in the bottom of the third. So used to working Saguaro home games. But instead we're at this beautiful facility for Seton Catholic. And a first pitch ball. Guerrero, a pitcher who wears those emotions on his sleeve. When he's having success, he's having success. But when he's struggling, he shows it. And that one's fouled off to make the count 1-1.
And I think that's part of what makes him such a good pitcher, especially this season. You know, playing behind those emotions, it can benefit you, but like you said, when you get frustrated, it can also work against you. But without a doubt, Thomas DeCesaro has just been on fire for the SaberCats this season.
And you said it, on fire. We've talked about his record, 4-1, and he's won his last 4 appearances. That 1.14 ERA is extremely good. In fact, these 2 runs in this inning are a rare time you see Thomas DeCesaro really make some errors on the mound in terms of allowing runners to just get on base through walks, such as he allowed with Rocco Gump, some singles for Williamson and Hamrick, who started us off. As Chavez will get back in the box, crowding the plate once again. They like to crowd that plate so far, and that one's a ball. It'll be 2-1.
Yeah, that's tough. That was a good pitch. Must have been just above the strike zone. That was right there.
Good hit from Chavez. Kyle Herrera can't make the play out in left field. Williamson will score. Steinkamp will score. They finally get the ball out there in the warning track, and it's a 2 RBI double for Ethan Chavez, and that will score, obviously, 2 more. And Saguaro trail 4-0 now with a tough third inning for Thomas DeCesaro.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, Coach Mickey now a couple steps outside of the dugout. You wonder how much longer they'll let their starter go. Seton Catholic is just all over him right now. And sometimes that's just the case. Sometimes another team just has your number, and nothing you can do about it.
And we saw coming into this game 2 teams that are undefeated in their last 5. Ooh. That one comes dead onto the softball field, picked up by the softball pitcher, as we will kind of resume play back onto the baseball field. But Seton Catholic have won 4 straight. They've put up some runs. They've climbed from the depths of 4A rankings to now being a playoff team, which they probably are, based on what we've seen today from the lineup. DeCesaro doesn't get that one.
Yeah, he's giving a little bit of a smile. He certainly doesn't agree with that one. And I'm not really sure where he's missing right now. He's painting that corner, low and away.
That one's high, though, for sure. And
yep.
It's a 2-0 count with a runner on second. They've done most of this damage with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That one's a strike. He gets that one. It's 2-1 to Chris Guerrero, who in the second inning flew out to left fielder Kyle Herrera. Paints that corner again, or at least attempts to, and it's going to be a 3-2 count.
Yeah, it's a bit too far outside. I wouldn't be surprised if DeCesaro gets out of this inning if he comes back out next inning, because, you know, Seton's been working. That's fouled back. Seton's been working this half inning. You know, 4 hits in this half inning alone. They have certainly earned those runs that they put up. So not something you want to hang your head if you're Thomas DeCesaro.
They have definitely earned it, and it's probably a good point. What do you do with Thomas DeCesaro now? You need some offense to start going, and Jacob Brown doesn't look like he's stopping his success on the mound. That one's fouled straight over our heads.
Not really sure where that landed.
That one went straight back over towards the track, right over everybody's head. And that'll give us a chance. It's a different sort of backstop, obviously, to Saguaro's. The Saguaro is a very deep backstop. This is more shallow. It's rounded. The dimensions in the outfield are 324 to left, 333 to right, and 375 to dead center. That's got to be out. That is a pickoff finally, and Thomas DeCesaro gets out of the inning, picking off Ethan Chavez at second. But the damage is done. Seton Catholic put up 4 in the bottom of the third We will go to the top of the fourth when we come back. All right, and we will get the fourth inning underway after a 4-run bottom of the third for Seton Catholic. The runs were scored by Rocco Gump, Michael Williamson, Josh Hamrick, and Tommy Steinkamp. But we lead off with the pitcher, Thomas DeCesaro, who obviously allowed those 4 runs, and now it's going to become his job to start the SaberCats off in the top of the fourth and regain that deficit. DeCesaro flew out to center field in the first inning. He's batting .444 on the year, 16 hits, 10 runs batted in, and it's a 1-0 count to Tommy. That's a strike. It'll be 1-1 to DeCesaro. As we said, top of the fourth. It's been a fast-paced, fast-moving game. Jacob Brown likes to go with tempo. So does Thomas DeCesaro on the mound.
Yeah, you can hear that from the Saguaro dugout. That was right at about Thomas DeCesaro's face. And Coach Joe Mickey letting the home plate ump know, get better, he says.
And it's been a big strike zone really all day, actually, from the home plate umpire. That one's down in the dirt, and it'll be 2-2. But that's the one thing I noticed early on in the first couple innings. It's been a big strike zone. That was really way out there, though, as we get a good look at DeCesaro. And will that one be, he flew out to the center fielder in the first, and he'll fly out to the center fielder in the fourth. First batter up for Jacob Brown in the fourth inning is an out, and that'll bring up Tanner Nelson, the right fielder.
It wasn't a bad at bat for Thomas DeCesaro. It's frustrating when you get that strike called on you. Kind of makes you think that you have to swing at pitches that you don't like.
Brown delivers one low and away for a first pitch ball. Joe Mickey stands in at third and delivers a little sign. Probably just take your pitch that you like and don't take anything else. Foul tip will make it 1-1.
And Brown for Seton is doing a really good job of just keeping that ball low in the zone.
Hard hit ball towards Rocco Gump at short. It gets through, and Tanner Nelson gets a runner on the bases for only the second time today. We obviously saw Frank DiGregorio reach, and then Jacob Pickett almost got in from third. But Nelson will get a single, and that'll bring up Kyle Herrera, the left fielder.
And Kyle Herrera had a chance to make a play out in left field last half inning, wasn't able to. Tried to make a sliding catch, but really was just a tough ball to play.
And Kyle struck out looking in the second as a pickoff is attempted, but towards Tanner Nelson at first. It is unsuccessful. Jacob Brown calls time, and it will take a moment to talk about Jacob Brown, who's 3-2 on the year, but he's flashed a bit more than his record might suggest here. He's been the better of the two pitchers today, I think. And obviously DeCesaro hasn't gotten much help from his teammates. Obviously Kyle Herrera trying to make a tough play. Couldn't quite make it, but still. Jacob Brown has been very, very good, better than advertised for the Sentinels today. That is a first pitch ball.
Yeah, high and outside. Good job of letting that be. It's not a pitch Herrera wants. Another pickoff attempt.
Checks his shoulder, and we will get back to the pitcher-batter face-off here. That one's fouled straight up. It's coming right. Almost came right at us.
Oh. Thought the spectator was going to make the catch on the bounce.
I don't know. If I really wanted to, I think I could have reached out and grabbed it, but probably not the wisest decision you can make. It'll be a 1-1 count to Kyle Herrera, the big lefty.
Yeah, you said it, big lefty indeed.
Pickoff attempt is made. He's safe. We attempted to get you the pickoff attempt on camera, and we switched off last second. Those are the worst. When you think you've got something, and you don't think you've got something, and then that something ends up coming. But Herrera will hope to face a pitch here from Jacob Brown. He likes it. He throws it. It's inside. It will be a 2-1 count to Kyle Herrera. I need to update my scoreboard here. I'm well behind. It's now correct. It's now 4-0. Pickoff attempt again. He stands in at first, and David Jacobs is in the on-deck circle for the SaberCats.
It's not too big of a lead over there by Nelson, but certainly enough to get in the pitcher's head.
Certainly enough to get in the pitcher's head, and Tanner has flashed some athleticism at times this year, and they probably know that. They've probably seen some statistics on his steals, and he's shown an ability to steal the base from time to time. It's a 3-1 count to Herrera. A walk here would go a long way. Herrera swings, and it'll be a full count to Kyle Herrera.
That was just a good pitch right past him. We'll see. Big at bat here for Herrera. Really just want to keep that offense going for the SaberCats.
Pickoff attempt once again from Jacob Brown. And some signs come from Joe Mickey towards the man at first base. That is Ty Nelson at first. Herrera, full count. Big spot, 1 out in the top of the 4th. Nelson goes. The out is called. Nelson not pleased at all. Kyle Herrera seemed a little more animated than Tanner out there at second. And it'll be 2 outs now and a full count for Kyle Herrera. A big chance for Jacob Brown to get out of what has been his toughest inning so far.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a delayed steal there for the SaberCats. Nelson just not able to get in there at second. Good job laying off that pitch by Herrera.
And it's a walk, as you said, which we'll see Kyle Herrera reach onto first. And Javen Jacobs comes now to the plate. Javen will be on the radio show tomorrow, as you've already mentioned. He flew out to the center fielder in the second. He's betting .279 on the year. And it will look like it's going to be another play for Josh Hamrick to make in center field. And he makes it, and we will end the 4th. It is still 4-0 Sentinels. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. SaberCats trail here in Chandler. And we are back here at Seton Catholic Preparatory School, and this is now the bottom of the fourth. Thomas DeCesaro still on the mound for the SaberCats. He will face the 7-batter Chris Guerrero, the 8-batter Gerard Gherkin, and the 9-batter Josh Hamrick.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Mickey, you definitely want to see at least one more inning from DeCesaro.
And Thomas will come out, as we've said, and it's a big spot for Chris Guerrero, batting .417 on the year. As DeCesaro winds, delivers, and Guerrero fouls one off towards the softball field yet again. And that one didn't quite hit the softball field, it hit the dugout. DeCesaro shakes off DiGregorio, but now finds the pitch he likes. He will deliver one high. It'll be 1-1. DeCesaro, he's putting balls right where he wants to. It's just not quite getting everything.
Yeah, he's just not getting calls, and also this Seton Catholic team is doing a great job of just laying off those pitches that are right on the edge of the zone. Good pitch.
Yeah, that's a very good pitch, a swing and a miss. And I wonder if that's part of Joe Mickey's frustration that you saw in the top of the fourth, where he was pretty animated about a call that didn't necessarily go his way. A lot of what Seton Catholic is doing and getting is close. So that's probably certainly playing its way into DeCesaro's head and certainly Joe Mickey's head, as we've already seen. DeCesaro delivers that one into dirt. DiGregorio forced to make a nice little stop, even though no one's on the bases. And it's now 2-2 to Chris Guerrero. He is the left fielder. Guerrero, a sophomore, quite the sophomore. That one's outside. It'll be a full count. But another close one. Probably, though, that one was a little more outside than it certainly was inside.
Yeah, definitely.
Strike three called. Thomas DeCesaro gets Chris Guerrero to strike out looking. It's his second of the game. Not the same Thomas DeCesaro we're used to seeing on the Varsity Sports Show Network, but certainly still an effective pitcher out there.
In glimpses, you're right. You know, he's always the type of pitcher that finishes strong, and we're seeing exactly that this inning. He's putting balls where he needs to. And we'll just see. He just needs to trust his team, get some more balls in play.
And that's a good swing and a miss pitch, a good breaking ball in there to Gerard Gherkin. It's a 1-1 count.
Well, and that's the sign of a good pitcher, too. Down in the count 1-0, and he's still willing to throw a curveball and able to place it right there in the strike zone. Right back to it.
Fouled off, and you said it yourself right there. Right back to that breaking ball. That seems to be the pitch he's trusting more than anything else today. That one's fouled off to make the count 1-2. With one out, Gerard Gherkin batting .500 on the year with 5 RBIs. Number 44, not a number you see that often in high school sports anywhere other than football. That one's low in the dirt. It'll be a even count at 2-2.
Yeah, it was a bit of a side-armed delivery from DeCesaro on that pitch. Might have been a slider or something. But still, not able to find the zone.
Nice little grab by the man in the on-deck circle, Josh Hamrick, as that one was fouled off the net. It'll remain 2-2 to Gerard Gherkin. Gherkin, a freshman, putting in good quality minutes in the 8 spot for them. And Gherkin, that's a little blooper down the line. It'll stay fair. Kyle Herrera goes to grab it and makes a good enough play to hold Gerard at first, which will bring up Hamrick, who so far has a single in the third. This will be his second time up in as many innings.
And just like you said, just a simple little blooper over the third baseman's head. Difficult play for everyone on that left side of the field, and another base runner on early for Seton Catholic.
Hamrick, obviously we already said it, he singled in the first. He's batting .263 on the year. That is Josh Hamrick, another sophomore, a young player for this team. They've got a lot of young contributors here. Guys like Hamrick, obviously Gherkin. Chris Guerrero is a sophomore. Jacob Brown, the pitcher, is a junior. So I mean, some youth in this Seton Hall team, a team that's actually proven to be very, very good today, as we've seen on the broadcast. Pickoff attempt went to first. It was unsuccessful as Hamrick will slide back in for the 1-0. Good contact down the third baseline. Great stop. Tough throw, and it gets through. Runner will now go to third. So Gherkin gets to third and is held. It's a single. It's a single and probably an E5 that advances Josh Hamrick to second.
Yeah, just on that throw. But still an excellent backhanded play over there at third base by Chase Seo.
Yeah, Chase made a good stop to keep it involved, to keep it in front of him, but in the end, a tough throw to make. Cole Stocks couldn't quite make the catch, and Josh Hamrick advances to second off the E5. Runners at second and third. Only one out. Spot for David Osana, the catcher, to make a nice play and drive in some more runs. That one's fouled straight up into the air. A play could be made by Cole Stocks, who does make the play and holds the runners where they stand. David Osana flies one out to first.
Big time catch by, Cole Stocks over there at first base. Now the defense on that play, or for that at bat, the infield head was playing up. Now they're able to drop back and just play this hitter.
And that'll bring up the daunting Rocco Gump, who is obviously a very physical figure out there. Good, nice stature, lefty, similar to Kyle Herrera in a way. But his stats are extremely good as he swings and misses. Sorry, on the first. It will be a 0-1 count to Rocco Gump, who has 2 home runs on the year. So there's some power there as well, as you would expect.
He was way out in front on that first pitch. And as you said earlier, that curveball has just been working for Thomas DeCesaro today. Going to it time and time again. And it's easy to see why. Gump keeps that bat real low.
A lot of movement to his stance as well, but that pitch is low. It'll make it 1-2 from Thomas DeCesaro. Good attendance today at Seton Catholic. Obviously, there were some pregame festivities that you missed. They were thanking the people who supplied the lights for both this field and the softball field and allows us to play at 6 o'clock instead of the normal 3:45. But 1-2 pitch is outside. DeCesaro doesn't get it and probably was never going to get it. It's going to be 2-2 for Rocco Gump at the plate.
And we'll see Coach Mickey creeping towards the edge of that dugout. Really wants his pitcher to get this out here.
That one was fouled hard towards the SaberCat dugout, almost towards Vince Delisio, who would have taken another shot for the second time this year after the Bradshaw Mountain hit. That one was a little bit harder hit, though, than the Bradshaw Mountain one, I must say. Gherkin is at third and Hamrick is at second for the Sentinels. Rocco Gump on a 2-2 count. Gets good contact. Play made by the second baseman. And we will end the inning on a Rocco Gump ground out to second, but 2 runners are stranded. No run score for the Sentinels. Thomas DeCesaro keeps the score at 4-0 when we come back on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Welcome back here as we get set to head into the top half of the 5th inning. Leading us off here for the SaberCats is going to be designated hitter number 16, Rolando Cota. He had fly out to shortstop earlier this game. See if he's able to get anything going in this plate appearance. On deck, we do have number 3, Frank DiGregorio. That one a bit inside, off the glove of the catcher. Excuse me, it's Osana back there. 1-0 is the count now. Another high and inside, basically at the head or neck area of Rolando Cota. It'll be ball 2. The 2-0. Excuse me, doing 3-0 here now. And that pitch will be low and outside. Cota will draw the 4-ball walk here, and Frank DiGregorio will come over. Excuse me, he'll come up to plate, batting .333 on the year. And again, earlier we had this same scenario where the first hitter gets on for Saguaro. They have taken that opportunity to advance the runner with a bunt. Brown now comes set. He'll deliver, and that'll be hit over to the third baseman. He'll make the throw over to second for 1, and the play over to first for 2. The double play for the Seton Catholic Sentinels. Excellent play over there at third base. That is Williamson over there at third. Good throw and a good job by the second baseman for the Sentinels.
Yep, and that was Michael Williamson with a good throw. Obviously, as you said, it gets it to 2 outs now. In the top of the 5th, sorry I was gone. I had to use the restroom a little. And I had to say hello to Vince out there on the first base line. Sorry for the dead space. This is Cole Stocks at the plate. We had to figure out kind of where we were after Javen Jacobs got out to start us off, and then Rolando Cota obviously just got out there. Frank DiGregorio, sorry.
Yeah, we're getting back here. Just to kind of catch you up, excuse me, it was Cota drew a 4-ball walk, and then Frank DiGregorio hit that grounder over to third base, which they rolled up in a double play, and now we see, excuse me, that was Cole Stocks getting on base there. 2 outs now.
And that will bring up Jacob Chavez, the second baseman, in the 9 spot. And the pitch will come from Jacob Brown. And it's high. Good eye from Chavez. Cole Stocks is the man at first.
And even Brown has been doing a good job, similar to DeCesaro, of just painting those corners. You know, and the one time you reach down to get your notes and they pick off. Unfortunate.
Well, the one time they pick off, and I wasn't watching either. So we struggle here early in the 5th. We're trying to gather ourselves here as that ball is fouled off on the bunt towards the third baseline by Jacob Chavez. It will be a 1-1 count to the second baseman Chavez, who is, I believe, a junior. He's a sophomore, sorry. 1 year off. The lefty Chavez will hit one towards the outfield. Is it going to get down? No, it's not. Wow. Josh Hamrick makes a very good play out in center, and we end the top of the 5th With some good defensive plays by the Sentinels, we will head to the bottom, where the Sentinels will come to bat. Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth here in Chandler, Arizona, home of the Seton Catholic Sentinels, who lead the game 4-0 over the Saguaro SaberCats. Obviously, Saguaro has had a tough back-to-back here with a good game against Arcadia last night, a high-scoring one. And today has been, you get your ace on the mound, Thomas DeCesaro, after Luke Olinger picked up the win yesterday. But he will face the pitcher Jacob Brown to start off the fifth. And a slight little stumble on the mound for Thomas. But again, we talked about that back-to-back. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the game and how Frank Guerrero got his rest. Some of the other players also got some rest as well. And they've also changed some stuff around today with the defensive lineup. And it's probably created a bit of a different feel around that SaberCat dugout to start us off here today. Obviously, we're deep into the game. 4 out of the 7 innings have been completed. We've played half of the fifth.
Yeah, and honestly, that stumble to start this half inning, I'm not sure if that was DeCesaro or the ump stopping him in the middle of his delivery, but coaching staff for the SaberCats clearly not happy with the way this game is being called.
That would be correct. Joe Mickey has obviously voiced his frustration 2 or 3 times through the first 5 innings so far. As the softball game is 2-2, and that one's going to get fouled off over the dugout of the SaberCats. But the softball game is 2-2 in the 6th inning, so they're coming to their conclusion. SaberCats did lead 1-0 over there at one point in the game early. I think it was the 2nd inning they led 1-0. But Jacob Brown will dig into the 2-1 count. Gets a nice hit over the glove of CO. Kyle Herrera forced to make the holdup out in left field. A leadoff runner after the single from the pitcher Jacob Brown will bring up Michael Williamson, the third baseman.
And that's tough leadoff runner, as you said. We'll see. We're deep in the game now, 5th inning here. No sign of another pitcher coming out for the SaberCats.
None at all, and we get to see junior Trevor Galovich come in and pinch run for, Jacob Brown, the pitcher. So Galovich will get into the game. He's a junior. As Michael Williamson stands in, batting .400 on the year, 26 RBIs. That's an absurd number of RBIs. He takes a big swing there, and probably not the best ball to hit at all. A first pitch strike to give Thomas DeCesaro an early lead in the count.
Yeah, say that again. How many RBIs does this
26.
Wow.
He's got 20 hits.
That is very impressive.
2 home runs. That probably has a part to do in it some way. Some commotion over on the softball field adjacent to our left, as a ball will come to make the count 2-1 to Williamson.
And Joe Mickey again asking the home plate ump for some clarification on where that pitch is missing, and as we still have the conversation going.
And I think Joe Mickey's just starting to kind of question everything in a way. He's just at that level of frustration where everything is wrong. That's lined by Williamson. Down to the right fielder, Tanner. That's Tanner Nelson, yeah. I feel like I should know that by now. But it'll be runners on first and second for Tommy Steinkamp.
And that's tough. That's frustrating. Cole Stocks holding the runner on over at first base, and that time Williamson just able to hit exactly where Stocks would have been had he not been holding the runner on. Tough spot.
Tommy Steinkamp stands in. He bunts. He shows bunt at least. Doesn't make any contact. And you're right. Tough spot for the SaberCats to work from here.
So we get a play call now from the dugout, and Cole Stocks will actually play up. Corner's in here.
Corner's in, but not too aggressive. Stocks is the more aggressive of the two. The throw goes from the catcher, Gregorio. It's shallow, and Cole Stocks can't quite make the play.
And there was that play that we heard from the dugout, trying to get the runner here at first base, throwing behind him, just unable to that time.
Cesaro gets ready to throw. He does throw. It's up the middle, off the mound. Tags the runner at second. And the out is called, but the runner is safe at second yet again.
And we'll see the runner is still hanging out at second. It looked as though he was out.
And
Ty Nelson clearly stepped on the base there.
So Joe Mickey is going to voice his frustrations here. It looked like Ty Nelson had pretty clearly gotten the runner at second, and the tough call was going to be the call at first.
And as you said, tough call, close play, but even still, it looked like Ty Nelson got him there. Bang, bang play, but tough call for the SaberCats as they're trying to get back in this one. And now Coach Mickey having a couple words with the home plate ump, but
and a couple words indeed, both with our infield umpire and our home plate umpire. Joe Mickey not happy with today's work, as we are still with Ethan Chavez now at the plate. Steinkamp at first, no runner at second, and a runner at third, which is Jacob Brown, or the courtesy runner for Jacob Brown. That is Galovich. Did he go? He did go. A first pitch strike and one out in the bottom of the fifth.
and we just saw Frank DiGregorio give some signs. We'll see what they do here in this first and third situation. Runner stays in the dirt.
Yep, runners at the corners, one out. DiGregorio gives a little discussion to his infield. Cole Stocks in a square position to make the pickoff. We will see the Saguaro SaberCats again on Monday on the Varsity Sports Show Network. They will face the Seton Catholic Sentinels yet again, this time at home, though, as that ball is called a strike. It's a 1-2 count to Ethan Chavez, the second baseman who has reached base once today.
Runner took off that time. It'll really depend on the pitch that's called, if they'll try to get that runner there.
It certainly depends on whatever hit is made. That one was towards the ground, so you obviously start to run on that one. A fly ball, obviously, you're not going to run with only one out, as they're hoping Ethan Chavez can keep something on the floor. DeCesaro looks third, throws to first, gets nobody. As the Sentinels still work with runners at the corners, Ethan Chavez, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Ball popped straight up into the air. Jacob Chavez calls everyone off. It's an infield fly ball caught by Jacob Chavez for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Chris Guerrero, who has struck out and flown out to left.
And even late in the game, that curveball is still working for Thomas DeCesaro. Was able to get the hitter that time way out in front. Off his front foot, just lofted that one up in the air. Another first and third situation here as catcher Di Gregorio gives the signs to his infield.
DeCesaro with a big chance to get out of another jam for the second straight inning. It's given right back to him. He'll underhand toss it to Cole Stucks. Saguaro get out of a jam for the second straight inning and keep the score reasonably at 4-0. When we come back for the top of the sixth, the SaberCats will need some runs to get this game going. And welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show Network here for the top of the sixth. Leading us off will be the leadoff hitter, Ty Nelson, who today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking in the first and a grounder to short in the third.
That's a big at-bat here for Ty Nelson. Don't want to go over for the day, especially in a big game like this against another team that's playing pretty well, as we're kind of getting towards the end of the regular season now with only a couple weeks left.
And the pitch will come from Brown, and it's high and inside to Ty Nelson. Brown tried to paint the corner there, but it's a 1-0 count to start us off in the sixth. The SaberCats trailing by 4 with only 3 hits on the day. That one's fouled straight off. It'll be 1-1, but the SaberCats only 3 hits to the Sentinels 9, and that's really the difference in this game. The Sentinels have left some runners stranded. Thomas DeCesaro has done a good job the last 2 innings to keep this game close, but he needs some offense, and it's rare we have to say that about Saguaro.
You are absolutely right about that. Normally it's the other way around where they're just getting hits, and as we have a time called here. Excuse us.
Discussion going on between umpires right now, but you talk about the hits that they normally get. We saw that yesterday at against Arcadia. Lots of runs almost every inning. They were getting the leadoff runner on, driving in runs easily. They scored 14 and put that game out of reach pretty early on. A parent for Saguaro is displeased with the officiating almost as much as Joe Mickey is, but a discussion between umpires here. It's 2-1. 2-1 is the count. I think the discussion is on whether it's a ball or a strike.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, they're certainly making this umpire work behind the plate here tonight.
Contesting every decision.
And still some more discussion here now between the Seton Catholic coach and the home plate umpire.
And it's going to remain 2-1. And during that discussion, we had a ruckus over at the softball field. It looks like the Seton Catholic defense got out of a nice, tough spot, and the score will remain 2-2. So that's a good pitch after a prolonged absence for Jacob Brown to get it to 2-2. And we could see extra innings. Do they do extra innings in high school baseball? Over there on the softball field. Very good pitch by Jacob Brown. Ty Nelson strikes out looking, paints the corner. It was close, but the strike was called. A first batter out, and Ty Nelson for the second time today strikes out looking.
And again, that's what an umpire with a strike zone that you can't really figure out. It's going to frustrate you as a batter. You can't go there with the same mindset every time that you have.
And that'll be a ball thrown in there by Brown. And strike zone you can't figure out is definitely what I would call it. There's no real far right or far left or high or low. He's just kind of calling what he thinks is a strike if it's a strike. There's no rhyme or reason to it other than whatever I think it is. And that's sometimes what you get, and it's sometimes tough to work with for a hitter. But Jacob Brown is certainly happy with it out there on the mound for the Sentinels.
And I will say the home plate umpire has been fairly consistent. Only can't really say he's been biased towards either team whatsoever.
Correct. I would agree with you. I would say it's just he's made different calls in different spots. Not necessarily leaning one way or the other, but the count will be 2-1 after that foul ball by DeCesaro. Contact made by Tommy DeCesaro to the shortstop, Rocco Gump. Play made by Tommy Steinkamp at first, sticks it in there. It's a grounder to the shortstop, Rocco Gump, which will be the second out of the inning. Saguaro needs some production from the three-hitter Tanner Nelson if they want to stay in this game.
Well, and when you got fielders out there like Gump, makes your job pretty easy as a pitcher.
Good hit by Tanner Nelson. The play cannot be made by the third baseman, Michael Williamson, and it's a stand-up single for Tanner. The fourth hit of the night, not the afternoon. This is a different kind of game than we're used to. But the fourth hit of the night for the SaberCats.
You gotta love night games.
They're certainly better than the 3:45 afternoon games. Yesterday's was the hottest of the year that we've had so far. So this is a great change from what yesterday's was. Kyle Herrera lines one down the right field line, hits the fence out there, right past our cameraman, Vince Delisio, who actually was supposed to start this game as the color, and then he kind of just bailed on me.
That may or may not have been my fault.
No, yeah, but no.
Got out of my junior high game a little early. Able to make it over here. And as you said a little earlier, 2-2 game in the bottom of the 7th for the softball game over there.
Yeah, forgive me for wanting to watch that game, but that seems really, really exciting. But I have work here, so Kyle Herrera will step into the 0-1 count and will take a ball low. It's going to be 1-1 with Tanner Nelson on first. Nice leadoff for Tanner.
It is.
And
we'll see. He took a look, and there it is.
he did take that look, and Nelson slides pretty easily into first. Gives a little push-up as well.
Yeah, that was easy. He could take another step if he wanted to over at first base.
He does take a little slight shuffle, and that one's going to be outside. It'll be 2-1 to Kyle Herrera, the four-hitter,
and
who today has struck out and flown out to center.
Excuse me, sorry. I just really like how Herrera has been approaching the plate all his at-bats. He's had a very good eye laying off those ones that Brown's trying to get him to chase outside.
And another pickoff attempt at first is unsuccessful. That one probably a little too high from Jacob Brown to make it, to allow Tommy Steinkamp to make the play. Herrera calls time. It's been a long at-bat for Kyle Herrera to only be 2-1. And he will get ready to step back into the box, back in the zone for the left fielder, Kyle Herrera. That one fouled straight off, leaves some dust off the net. It'll be a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. A runner on first. Kyle Herrera in the biggest spot of the game for the SaberCats. They need to generate some offense now, or it'll be now or never for the Cats.
Brown shook off a couple that time. We'll see what he comes to the plate with.
And that was the pitch he wanted. He gets Herrera to fly out. The left fielder, Gump, will make the play. It will remain 4-0 Sentinels. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Thomas DeCesaro comes out for an encore when we come back. And we are back for the bottom of the 6th in the at Seton Catholic Preparatory School. While we were away, we were captivated by the softball game, which apparently the Seton Catholic Sentinel softball team is undefeated. So we didn't know that. So maybe Saguaro can end that. And as we say that, Seton Catholic will score to take the lead as Thomas DeCesaro stretches his neck. And back to baseball we go. And that pitch goes, it's fouled off by number 44, Gerard Gherkin for the Sentinels. Ball is lined to Kyle Herrera. It will be a fly out to the left fielder for Gerard Gherkin to start us off.
Yeah, easy play out there for Herrera. Didn't need to do much except take a couple steps to his right, and he was right under it.
And a walk-off hit for the Sentinel softball program will deliver a win and keep them undefeated. Saguaro with a tough-fought battle there. As DeCesaro delivers low and inside to Josh Hamrick, the center fielder.
I thought Hamrick did a good job of selling it to the ump that was a little further inside than it actually was.
And that one was outside, though, for sure. It'll be 2-0 to center fielder Josh Hamrick, who today has picked up 2 singles and scored 1 of the runs. So he's been very effective in that 9 spot. DeCesaro would love to get him out and start off his 6th very well. DeCesaro makes a play at the glove. Will the throw come in time? Safe. Hamrick slides headfirst into first and is safe. Displays some celebration at the plate. DeCesaro thought he might have had him. It's another tough, close call for the umpire crew to make. And Josh Hamrick will give the Sentinels yet another runner at first, and it will be his 3rd single of the game.
Yeah, Thomas DeCesaro can't get any help out there on the mound. That was a really close play. Again, it bang, bang. The ump said he was off the bag, though.
And David Osana is back up. So far, he is 0 for 3 today with a fly out to start us off in the first, a grounder to the first baseman, and another grounder to the first baseman. Big leadoff for Hamrick at the plate as Osana calls time. That one's outside, and they're trying to get that pickoff on Hamrick. They're trying to get DiGregorio the ball so he can throw it down to first base. It seems like that's the 2nd time they've done that in a row. But the count is 1-1.
I'd actually like to see him take that runner over at first base. He keeps doing a bit of that step to his right, a bit of a stutter step, we'll call it. Seems like he's out on his front foot, might be able to catch him.
That one will get between the shortstop and the third baseman, Nelson and Seo, caught in the middle. No one can make the play. It'll be runners at first and second. A single for David Osana advances Josh Hamrick to second for Rocco Gump, who we've talked about his play in the field today. Coming into it, we thought it was all going to be about the bat, and now he has a chance to really make us talk about that bat as a mound meeting will come. Thomas DeCesaro sensing a bit of frustration from the man on the mound. And will they make a change? I don't think so. I think it's just going to be a discussion.
Looks like we will get a new pitcher here, number 10 for the SaberCats.
I believe that is Kent Litzner. Yeah, that is Kent Litzner, who we saw come in and see out the game yesterday. He will try and keep this game at 4-0 with runners at first and second. The day is done for Thomas DeCesaro. He allowed 4 runs on 11 hits, and a player who came into the day 4-1 with that 1.14 ERA and 30 innings pitched. He adds 5 1/3 to that tie today in his 7th appearance. That ERA will rise just a little. Yeah. And hopefully that record can stay at 4-1 and not fall to 4-2.
Yeah, we'll see what Litzner's able to do as he comes in here now. Just a tough day, really, overall. Excuse me, for DeCesaro. Not getting the calls at the plate, not getting the calls out on the field. But still, I thought that was an excellent job staying in there. He pitched 5 innings. And really, no help at all from these umpires for DeCesaro. And these fielders for the SaberCats have been doing all that they can to help Thomas DeCesaro. But still, these Seton Catholic Sentinels have just been all over him. 11 hits on the day, clearly earning those runs they have on the board. And that's just the way it goes sometimes.
And this little pause in the action will give us a chance to bring up that tune into the Varsity Sports Show tomorrow at 9 to 10 a.m. on, I am forgetting the specific radio station. We'll get that to you in about 20 seconds. But 9:30 specifically will be the SaberCat Report. That will feature Javen Jacobs, the center fielder for the day. And obviously some questions to ask Coach Mickey as well. And also we will get to hear Derek Diesner on the Derek Diesner on the Canyon View report as well. That will be KDUSA AM 1060. That is the radio show. The Varsity Sports Show on KDUSA AM 1060, 9 to 10. But for now, we'll get back to Kent Litzner, who will look to keep this game at 4-0 and give his offense a chance in the top of the 7th to do something.
Exactly as you said, just want to give your offense a chance, an opportunity. You know, 4 runs, that can change with the swing of a bat. So you just have to give yourself the chance to be in an opportunity to either tie up the game or possibly come out with the win. We'll see here. Tough spot here for Litzner, although he does have a chance to get his infield a double play ball here.
And I don't think there's a person on this pitching staff for the SaberCats who would want to face Rocco Gump, who gets to be Litzner's first adversary. Runners on first and second. Litzner will check both, mainly the man on second, and deliver his first pitch to Rocco Gump, who powers one well over the right field wall. Rocco Gump with a 3-run home run on Kent Litzner's first pitch. It'll be 7-0 Sentinels, and not what you wanted to see from Kent Litzner there.
No. And that's, you know, just a tough spot that you come into. There was really no doubt about that once he got a hold of it. Pimped it a little bit as he started jogging down the first baseline, and a big celebration here for the Sentinels as they now blow this game wide open, up 7 runs.
And we talked about Rocco Gump in the pregame, or at least I did. He was highlighted as a guy who can hit for power, 2 home runs, 429 batting average, 18 hits, and 12 RBIs. Well, now he's added 3 more to that tally with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. This game is blown wide open, as you said. 7-0 now Sentinels, who are looking to win their 5th straight. I will now update the scoreboard. Thank you, Sammy. Base is now empty, at least for Kent Litzner, to work on the pitcher, Jacob Brown.
And that's really just demoralizing, as we were kind of talking about. Just wanted to give yourselves an opportunity when you got back up to bat, but just a tough spot for Kent Litzner to be in.
And a high pitch from Litzner will be a ball to Jacob Brown. And as you said, a tough spot to start, and Rocco Gump made him pay, as that one's going to be flown out to the right fielder, Tanner Nelson, who will make the easy catch. Jacob Brown flies out to right, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done as we bring up Michael Williamson here. Still 1 more out to go for Litzner. DeCesaro gives him a little bit of a confidence booster there. And the vibe over there on the SaberCat bench is not one that we are accustomed to seeing as of recent.
And you can tell from the body language from Litzner, just not happy with himself.
Deflated.
It's a great way to put it.
"12 hits to 4. The Sentinels have gotten on base, and they've made them pay, as that one's low in the dirt. It will be a 3-0 count. I do believe the scoreboard out there on the left is wrong. But maybe I could be wrong. Nope, it was a 2-0 count. Now it's 3-0. And Litzner has thrown 3 straight balls after the fly out to Tanner Nelson. Tommy Steinkamp, the first baseman's on deck, and it's a 4-pitch walk that will see a man reach first for Tommy Steinkamp. The first baseman, a chance to keep the pain going. Joe Mickey has not had a good day with the umpires, but he has also not seen his team perform to the best of their abilities.
Big lead over there at first base.
And Tanner Nelson's going to have a play to make, and make it he does at the warning track. They get the 3rd out of the inning, but the inning was highlighted by Rocco Gump's 3-run home run on Kent Litzner's first pitch of the game. It's 7-0 Sentinels. Heading into the top of the 7th, can Saguaro pull off the comeback? Welcome back to Seton Catholic Preparatory School in Chandler, Arizona for the top of the 7th. We just saw Rocco Gump's 3-run home run completely blow this game open in the bottom of the 6th, and we'll start with Javen Jacobs in the top of the 7th, who will face Jacob Brown, who's been fairly good for the Sentinels all game long. Javen Jacobs will be on the radio show at around 9:30, 9:35 tomorrow morning with Vince and I don't know if you're going to be there, Sammy. I think, Sammy, you will be there.
I will, yes, that's correct.
As the first pitch goes for Jacobs to Rocco Gump, the man who hit the home run, fires in a play, but it's too high. The jump had to be made by Steinkamp. Javen Jacobs beats the tag, and it'll be a leadoff single, a rarity in today's game for the Cats. Too little, too late, perhaps, but you never know. A rally coming, potentially. Runner on first, Rolando Cota now at the plate, the DH.
That's right. Always a good sign getting that first hitter on. Early base runner. Now Brown takes a look over at Jacobs.
Tough hit ball gets through the third baseman, and now Rolando Cota gets on base. Jacobs to second, Cota to first, and the first real momentum we've seen from the SaberCats all day. Even the bench happy. And as we were going to mention to lead us off, Ty Nelson is likely to be our SaberCat player of the game. We won't set that in stone yet, but he's the first man out of the dugout encouraging everyone. He was the first man onto the field to go to Kent Lintzner and encourage the pitcher after the tough inning that he had to step into.
Yep, just like you said, as the team was jogging off, Ty Nelson made a beeline over to Kent Lintzner and tell him to keep his head up. A lot of room for Jacobs over there. No one keeping him on.
I don't think they really are worried about the runners here. They're just worried about getting them out. But Jacobs, they do throw it. Jacobs slides in, beats the tag. Just as I say that, I really sounded pretty stupid there. But Frank DiGregorio, the catcher, is the man at the plate. Today he has a single, which allowed Jacob Pickett to courtesy run for him, and he got to third. That's the closest the Cats have been all day to tasting home plate.
Yeah, it has just been a grind here for the SaberCats all night.
Runners on first and second. DiGregorio looking for something, looking for some contact. That one's low. Runners on first and second. A 1-0 count to Frank DiGregorio. No outs. A chance to get some runs that you would have liked to see earlier if you were Joe Mickey. But you'll take runs any way you can get it, and a mound meeting will come as Jacob Brown didn't like something. And I guess I wouldn't call it quite just a mound meeting there, more of just kind of a discussion on what pitch they want to throw, as the catcher for the Sentinels, Osana, will step back behind the plate. Frank DiGregorio, big spot for him. Anything here. And a balk from Jacob Brown, showing some cracks in the armor. Gets Javen Jacobs to third, Rolando Cota to second. And if DiGregorio gets on base, I would 100% expect Jacob Pickett to get on the base path as well.
Yeah, you said it, get some speed out there.
Jacobs at third, Cota at second. That one's down in the dirt. Some momentum for the SaberCats in the top of the 7th. Shaping out to be a more interesting finish than we expected it to be. DiGregorio makes contact with the ball. It goes straight down, hits his thigh. It'll be a first strike of the day on DiGregorio. It's 2-1 is the count. Coach Joe Mickey applauds his catcher's battle here, applauds his team's battle, showing some signs of integrity that you love to see if you're a coach. DiGregorio makes good contact on it. You'd have to think Javen Jacobs is running here.
It might be deep enough.
And Javen will go. The play will not come at the plate. Javen Jacobs scores finally for the SaberCats. And it's the first run of the afternoon for Saguaro. but they get an out on the sac fly. Rolando Cotto will remain at second, which will bring up Cole Stocks, the first baseman.
I'm sure that's frustrating for the pitcher, Jacob Brown, out there. Almost a complete 7-inning shutout for him, but SaberCats able to put a blemish.
Frustrating for Jacob Brown, but for the Sentinels in the end, the win is all they're looking for, as that one's coming towards some people walking out of the park. And Cole Stocks, so far today, has reached base and also grounded to second. He's batting .360 on the year. A chance with Rolando Cotto on second to drive in a run and make it 7-2. That one gets past the catcher. Rolando Cotto will get to third easily. And I guess if you're Saguaro, the one thing you can look at here is score of the games does somewhat go into the AIA mathematical equation for the standings, and every ranking you can, every run counts. You want to be as high as you can at the end of the year on those rankings. Stocks takes a big cut. It'll be the second strike of the at-bat. It's 1-2. Rolando Cotto on third. Jacob Chavez on deck, although it's going to be Caleb Simpson.
And you're absolutely right about every running counting towards those rankings, especially in these big games. Good job by Cole Stocks laying off that.
And it was a tough pitch to lay off. Caleb Simpson is in the on-deck circle. He will pinch hit for Jacob Chavez. So some pop on the bat is coming up if you can get on base. That one's fouled straight off. And I guess you could. It's coming anyway. It's a hard double play if you're going to get it. There's no real chance for a double play here. So Caleb Simpson will bat in place of Jacob Chavez. But Cole Stocks needs to get on base if Saguaro has any hopes of winning this game.
Yeah, and with the infield back, you have to think Seton's just playing the hitter here. They don't necessarily care too much if Saguaro gets that second run across.
Time called by the catcher. Cole Stocks being given a talking to by the umpire here. He steps back into the batter's box. The lefty Caleb Simpson will look to get more runs in, but the righty Cole Stocks takes another big cut right about the same spot that he hit it earlier, and it's another foul ball into the net.
Yeah, long at-bat here for Stocks, and a big at-bat too. Want to keep that rally going.
Most of the crowd from the softball game has funneled over to the baseball game now, as that's a ball and it'll be a full count. Can Cole Stocks put runners on the corners with a walk, or can he can do better than that? That one's in the dirt. A good stop by the catcher, David Asana, to hold Rolando Cotto, but it'll be runners on the corners for the SaberCats, and Caleb Simpson will pinch hit for Jacob Chavez. A massive spot for Caleb Simpson with one out. Everything you've hit has to be in the outfield here at this point. You don't want anything in the infield to linger and potentially end this game.
Yeah, I'd like to see if Coach Mickey sends that runner over at first base. Try to get two in scoring position. But back to that at-bat by Cole Stocks. That was just so impressive. Stayed in it, able to foul some pitches back, and ultimately able to find himself a walk.
Throughout the year, we've heard chants from that bench of find a way, and Cole Stocks certainly found a way as Caleb Simpson was swinging for the fences there. But he swings and misses. It'll be a first pitch strike for Caleb Simpson. Runners at the corners. Ty Nelson on deck, followed by Thomas DeCesaro. But Simpson is the man now for the SaberCats. Pickoff attempt goes unsuccessfully. Cole Stocks, probably not the man you want on base if you're trying to steal. But steal he may have to. Brown took in the silence, delivered a pitch, a very good pitch, in fact, and it's called a ball for Caleb Simpson.
That was a good breaking ball in there. I thought it landed into the zone, but clearly a bit high for this ump. Still First and third here for the SaberCats.
Simpson fouls one off. It'll be 1-2, and it's a similar at-bat developing to what we just saw from Cole Stocks. He's battling, he's grinding, he's getting foul balls. He needs to keep going with those foul balls, though, like we just saw.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Brown, that curveball's been looking nice for Brown. We'll see if he goes back to it or tries to mix Simpson up with a fastball.
Time is called yet again as we get ready to see the fourth pitch of the at-bat for Caleb Simpson. Brown checks the runner at first. Doesn't pay much attention to Rolando Cota at third. Pitch goes, Simpson swings, strikes out missing. 2 outs now. Ty Nelson will come up. Down to their last out are the SaberCats. And the senior Ty Nelson, the shortstop, your Stessa Movement Company SaberCat player of the game, will step into the batter's box with runners on the corners and 2 outs to face Jacob Brown. Really good breaking ball in there for strike one.
Yeah, you said it. That pitch was just no doubt about it. Even froze Ty Nelson up a little bit in the batter's box.
A little high. Will make it a 1-1 count towards Ty Nelson. Today, he is 0 at the plate, but that leadership display and some tough plays made in the infield have given him the Stessa Movement Company player of the game. But he gets his hit, and he drives in a run. Rolando Cota scores. Ooh. And Cole Stocks slips on his way to third, has to come back to second. But Cota gets a run, and it's 7-2 now after Ty Nelson's RBI single. And that brings up Thomas DeCesaro, who's had a tough day at the plate as well, and a tough day on the mound. But a chance to wipe it all away with a big hit here. Swing and a miss from DeCesaro. And the count will be 0-1 in favor of Jacob Brown, trying to throw a full game for the Sentinels.
I think if you're Thomas DeCesaro, you just got to be patient up there. Can't go up there trying to be a hero. Tough pitch to lay off.
Tough pitch to lay off, but a very good eye from Thomas DeCesaro will make the count 1-1. And a hit here would do wonders for the SaberCats. Another tough pitch to lay off, but lay off he did. It's 2-1. DeCesaro battling in the top of the 7th.
And we'll see Tanner Nelson. He had a nice base hit out into left field his last time up, I believe. See if he's able to get an at-bat here in the...
That's a ball thrown in there. It'll be 3-1, and Tanner Nelson actually has 2 hits. He's 2 for 3 on the day. He's been the best man at the plate all day for the all night for the SaberCats. Nice leadoff by Cole Stocks at second. And the pitch will be coming. It's outside. He walks Thomas DeCesaro. It's bases loaded for the SaberCats. A chance, and a mound meeting will come here, but a chance for Tanner Nelson to get this game to within 1. If you think about it, that's called math, as the mound meeting will come and a meeting of the base runners for Saguaro as well. Kyle Herrera on deck for the Cats.
And it looks like the Sentinels will actually go with a pitching change here. Not surprising, considering exactly where Brown got himself into, getting the bases loaded. Looks like it is number 21 out there for the Sentinels. And again, Brown so close to having that complete 7 innings pitched, but just unable to close it out here. SaberCats starting to get on top of him, and really that patience at the plate, I think, was paying dividends for Saguaro, able to get lots of base runners this half inning, picking up the only 2 runs they've been able to score this half inning.
And that will be freshman Ethan Chavez coming into the game for the Sentinels here. So you never know what you're going to get out of a relief pitcher. Sometimes you're going to get a solid outing. Sometimes you get a rougher outing, and I wouldn't necessarily call Kent Linsner the perfect example, but yesterday he came in, saw out the game in a victory for the Cats. Today, not so much the same success, but Ethan Chavez will come out and look to get the only out needed for the Seton Catholic Sentinels. Bases loaded for Tanner Nelson, the sophomore right fielder, with 2 home runs on the year, batting .481, 13 hits, 10 RBIs. He'll certainly look to add to that total here against freshman Ethan Chavez.
Yeah, we'll see, and kind of as you said, never know what you're going to get from a reliever, especially this late in the game. But you have to think just this Sentinels coaching staff putting their younger players in a position to have some success. Really in this position here, if you're Ethan Chavez, just want to throw strikes here. All you need is 1 more out.
Chavez has pitched 10 innings this year. He has a 9.1 ERA, so he may not be the best of arms to throw out there in this scenario. But
he was set and then he came apart, but
Tanner Nelson steps back into the batter's box. A nice big leadoff from Cole Stocks at third. Big leadoffs all around. It's run on contact for Saguaro. A first pitch strike from Ethan Chavez gets him ahead in this count.
good pitch to start off the at-bat for Chavez. Tough one to lay off if you're Nelson. Lots of space out there.
Down and a little too low, and the umpire again proving to have that massive strike zone. I'm sorry, well, what has normally been a massive strike zone. That one shrinks a little in the tough spot. 1-1, bases loaded.
The consistency has started to go away a bit here for this umpire.
And now it'll be even lower than the last pitch. It's 2-1. Ahead in the count now for Tanner Nelson. Big leadoffs all around, as we've already discussed. Hit on contact or run on contact, no matter where it goes for the Cats. Big swing from Tanner Nelson. Good pitch from Ethan Chavez. It's 2-2. Cats potentially out to their last strike.
Yeah, that was a good pitch to swing at. Tough fastball right down the middle.
Strike three called. We are done here from Seton Catholic Preparatory School in Chandler, Arizona. The Saguaro SaberCats make a late rally in the 7th, but strand bases loaded to lose this game 7-2 to the Sentinels of Seton Catholic. Saguaro falls to 9-5. It's their first loss in 6, while Seton Catholic picks up their 5th straight. Number 7 Saguaro will hope not to fall too far, while Seton Catholic, one of the high risers in the last couple weeks of the 4A state rankings, will continue to rise, you'd expect. Sammy, what do you think of today?
Well, clearly just that Seton Catholic team is just, as you were saying right now, kind of just firing on all cylinders right now, playing some very good baseball here in the 4A conference. And just a little too much for Saguaro today. As you said, they were on a 5-game winning streak heading into today, but they did just play that game last night. You have to think that might play into today's game a little bit, and maybe the decisions that the coaches made, leaving Thomas DeCesaro in there that long, maybe saving some arms for next week. But really just Seton's game all around. They were just on top of Thomas DeCesaro the entire way.
And for both teams, we'll see them both Monday. Saguaro will host Seton Catholic on Monday the 26th. As for us, we will sign off here. Don't forget to tune in to the radio station tomorrow, 1060 a.m. KDUSA 1060 AM from 9 to 10, the Varsity Sports Show. You'll hear us at 9:30 on the Saguaro SaberCat Report. Sammy, what are you saying? Go ahead.
Oh, no, just don't want you to forget that you will be hearing Javen Jacobs on the call with us on the SaberCat Report. We definitely hope to have you listening with us tomorrow morning, but as we have kind of been saying, just a tough game here for Saguaro. They'll definitely look to bounce back next week with this rematch on Monday.
That'll be all from us here in Chandler, Arizona. I'm Ryan Sikora, signing off for Sammy Rivera and producer/cameraman/boss Vince Delicio. Have a good night to all watching. Safe travels home to all the SaberCat fans who made the trek. Good night from Chandler on the Varsity Sports Show Network.